to do was switch the page and push a button.
True. Hello,
And
everyone.
actually, I already had the button or the page open. Hello,
Okay.
everybody.
Hope everyone is doing well today.
I apologize in advance if you hear me swear or you hear a loud boom. I don't know if there's gunshots in the neighborhood or fireworks tonight, but both of them kind of set me off, so I apologize in advance.
Well, thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you for having me.
And
You know I like to
surprisingly, I do not hear it.
Well, it was a loud boom and it was a single one, and that's why I'm wondering what it actually was.
Oh.
And there was no crackling, no light up of the sky, so it was either an M80 or something like that that was just a sound maker, or it was a gunfire.
Got it.
And in my neighborhood, sound just echoes, so. But it sounded close by.
So hopefully some people will be coming in.
Yeah,
I
hopefully.
don't think anybody is streaming at the moment, although I could be wrong. Unless they're having a party without us.
Well, you never know.
That's entirely possible. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anybody else going on with us right now, so we're good.
There's Patty.
I don't like going over any other people. Oh, Punchy Paints is on. Okay. That's fine.
Hi, Patty. Hi,
Wow, she's
Deborah.
still going. Hello, Deborah. Hello, Patty.
Patty, so shut up and stop your bleating. So, were you able to see my cribs any better there before they decided to wander away? They'll be back in a moment. Hi, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
You
Wait,
still
is
at
he
work?
off now?
No, he's probably still at work.
Oh, bummer. Yeah, they're taking up 2/3 of the tank.
Yep.
Ah, there we go.
My mating pair.
I saw it for just a second. Wow, it swam by.
Yep, there's the daddy. Hi, Madrill.
Oh my gosh. Rajul, how are you?
He's saying hello before he heads to bed. But I am so happy to see you. I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been
But
ages.
then again, I haven't been on the daytime stream.
Hello.
I've been on ski.
Yeah, I guess I've just been missing him because I haven't seen him in quite a while. Hello, Vinoxki.
Well, he is in school, so he might have been having finals and things and not had time.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's summertime for him. I don't know if he's taking any summer classes. So hopefully we'll see him a little bit more. But even with his classes, I still saw him a decent amount.
Yeah.
So, hope it's nice seeing him. And I'm glad he's doing well.
So am I.
Hope he is. He's still alive, so that's the good news.
Yeah.
It's been like a month since I've seen him, I think. If not longer.
He says
Classes are
it's nice to see you.
over. I'm assuming, Rachel. Are you doing summer classes? And then I'll stop asking you questions because I know you need to get to bed. Which I think I'm gonna go right when, like for an hour, and then right when Larry comes on, I'm gonna end it. Just because that's always what seems to happen.
Yeah, you're just waiting to see if you get a reaction from him.
No, honestly, there are once in a while where I was gonna end. Well, because it. See, I enjoy having him on, and it's really nice. But for some reason, it always seems to take him a little bit longer lately because he always has to come to your house for it.
Yeah. He doesn't have to come here. Well, that depends on if he remembered to take the laundry with him to work.
Got it. That's awesome, Mitchell.
What instrument do you play?
I know he plays several. I forget
Well,
what
I should
exactly they
say,
are.
what instrument do you teach?
Can you hear the fan behind me?
I can't.
You can?
I cannot.
Okay, good.
Oh my goodness. Go rescue her again.
Again?
Yep. You gonna put Steve in bed before you go, or are you gonna be extra late tonight? Larry. He'll let me know eventually. Yeah, she had to be rescued off the thruway once, about a month ago.
That is amazing. I want to play violin.
Oh my goodness, saxophone? Fantastic.
And a few others. He says, I play quite a few instruments, mainly sax, percussion, pitched, flute, violin, piano, and I dabble in a few others. Got it.
Oh, he got out early.
So then, I guess I need to send you the stream then for when you come back.
Right.
I'll send you the stream for when you come back. I know he's got to go for the moment, but I'll just send it to him
Okay, so pretty much all the wind instruments.
I think that's it.
Bye, Larry. Tell her she'd better make it with your wife, considering your shoulder hurts.
Bye, Larry. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, when I was a child, my parents had me take piano lessons, but I wasn't very good at it.
Yeah, I hated it. Yep, that's what always seemed to happen, Larry. Well, I will message you or see if I can talk to you later, Mitchell.
Yes, I'm so happy to see you tonight. Oh, wonderful. That's got to be awesome. Hi, aquarium nerd.
Oh, cool. Night, Rachel.
Good night, Madrill. You'll have to try to let us know when you're on and more often so we can try to get you during your availability times.
Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna message him later. It's always fun seeing him, even when he's just, even
Oh,
though
look
he's
at that
usually
crib
just
just
in
staring
chat.
right at you.
What?
Look at the cribenzas just staring right at you all.
They're amazing.
You better not be here to get my babies. I'll kill you. I really will.
They're full grown, right?
Yes, those ones are the full-grown mating pair.
Yeah, it's hard because from the angle I'm seeing them at, I see them once in a while, but usually they're like behind all the plants, so I see parts of them.
Dee Dee, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, go find your niece and tell you need it back. Yeah, I'm debating. I think I'm going to put a power head on this end of the tank because I don't like all that diatom algae that's collecting on this end. And I don't really want to add another filter.
Well, I don't like all of the algae in my tanks, but hopefully that will be gone in a few.
Well, I've been, you know me, I've been more than a month after all the algae in my tanks.
Yeah,
I
I know.
I have been much better about turning them off and only having them on for an hour or so.
Okay, sure, Jen, but you really need to get a timer. Sorry, you don't need to get it. You need to get the dang thing working and stop making
Yes,
excuses.
yes, I do. By
Have,
the end
have
of the
you
week,
have,
I
have, have
should
you
be done with
tried
that.
blacking out your tanks for a few days?
No, it's more fun to get in there every day and do something.
Oh, and that's going to be very difficult, Jen. It's been 20 years.
Yeah, they probably don't still have it.
I don't know why, but you are really soft on my end.
I don't know why either.
Huh, weird.
I'm not going to sit up on top of the computer just to make it better, though,
Nor do I need you to.
because then I won't be comfortable.
What?
I said, because then I won't be comfortable. There's Mama.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to get in there and see if I can find any of the babies now.
Oh, so much better. I have my earpods on. For some reason, it's very low right now. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that could be setting in them, or that you have for earplug type connection.
Well, my earpods are doing just fine right now. So Again, I don't know what's going on. And how is it that he always has? How is it that Larry always has such weird times he gets home?
Yeah, your mama fish is mad.
Oh, wait. So you separated your crib pair, or you? Oh, you had a bunch of fry, and you don't want any more, so you separated the pair. Got it.
And now mama's mad. Mama
Mama
says,
ain't happy.
give me back my boyfriend. I need my boy toy. Oh, did the male pass away? Or did the female?
Uh,
They had 2 batches of fry?
well, that's good. At least you got 2 batches. Hopefully, you got some that survived for at least a decent, what, 2, 3 months? Because once you get them to about 2 or 3 months, usually, if you keep up on your water changes and everything, usually you won't lose the fish most of the time.
Right. Well, I'm wondering if I should kind of hunt down the fry and take them out into another tank
Ah,
so that they can grow out. But I'm worried about doing that because I've heard some people say that if you do that too early, they'll stop breeding altogether. Oh, I see these Jess's cribs are out and about right
really?
now.
I'm glad you got those in.
Me too. I was so excited when they came, but I was dreading opening the box, and it's like, oh. And I told Larry that, and he's like, well, you have to open the box, and I want pictures. And it's like, well, you can have pictures after they're in the tank. But I made the mistake of putting the caves in the tank before I put the fish in the tank, and they all disappeared. And every
Oh,
time he comes over, they're not out and about. When he's not here to see them, they're all out front.
of course they are.
Like right now, 5 of them are out in front, and there's 7 of them, 7 or 8 in the tank. 8. So yeah. Well, that's nice. At least you've got them all the babies out in the outdoor tub, and they're looking good. How big are they now, Deborah? So is it just that you decided you didn't want to be having breeding any more cribs right now? So you separated them?
She says they're all in her outdoor tub, or at least all the babies.
Right, but she says that the father is sad and the mama's pissed.
Yes, but she also said that one of them died.
Well, that's what that's where I got confused. It's like,
I think Dad probably passed.
but then she said, yep, he is sad too.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
How are you?
I'm good. No, I didn't.
So,
Neither one of them died. It's just that they had, so many, and then another batch on top of that. Now they were getting ready to start a third batch,
okay, so you have,
and
so it's not they, okay, so you separated them because you had too many. Got it.
yeah, and I don't really have any way to move any of them.
Ah,
Gotcha.
Like the little local fish store, they'll take six, and then only until all those six are sold will they take any more because they don't have enough tanks to keep, setting up a different tank. And she had just ordered six when I said, "Hey, I've got some cribs. Would you like them?" And she said, "I just ordered six." And she still, the last time I was up there, she still had a couple of those.
Ah,
So,
I know, I'm pretty lucky. My local fish store is telling me,
excuse me.
"Oh, you've got crib babies? And let
that,
us know if you need to get rid of any."
So I don't know what I'm going to do when it comes time to shut down the tubs. I guess I will put all the males in a tank and all the females in a tank. I don't know what else to do with them.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody would buy them too.
Well, I may put a thing on the marketplace on Facebook.
That's,
Um,
yeah.
that's how I moved my guppies when I had bunches and bunches of baby guppies.
Ah,
And I just give them away. I don't charge anybody. I just give them, and hopefully they do. They're not mean to them. They're not feeding them and all that. There's something else.
yeah, that's the only reason I would charge is just because, you know, especially if you have a bunch of them, you don't mind, but it's just like if you don't get enough, if somebody doesn't have to pay for them, then they don't always treat them.
They don't value it as much as something that they do pay for.
What is that noise?
What
It's a
noise
Mm,
weird
are
noise in the
you talking
background. Huh.
what does it sound like? 'Cause you might hear my sump.
No, it's a really low pitched like voice almost. Can you hear that, Jen?
about? No.
Let me see. I got that one turned down. Make sure my TV. I've got several streams going at the same time.
Ah,
Was it mine?
I don't hear it at the moment.
Okay. Well, it was
No, I
only
still
like
hear
on.
it.
Oh,
Jen,
start
do you
saying my
hear it?
TV was only on one or two. It's like you must have some good ears. I
No,
can't
I
even
don't
hear it.
start with so. But I bet you're getting
Yeah, I don't
excited
know what it is. I definitely hear it.
in the next day or
I
two.
think Jen stepped away
No, I'm right here.
because she left us.
I'm right here, Evan.
I don't know. Unless you're. Well, I don't know why you'd be hearing anything else. I have earbuds on. My regular ones died. But
Oh,
I'm plugged in, with a regular little set of earphones. Is that something that could be causing a problem?
I don't think so. I don't know.
But yeah, I started a 90-gallon aquarium and I put dirt from my family farm in it. And the day I dug the dirt up, it was actually the ground was underwater. And of course, I used it in my dirty tank. They capped it with the sand, and like the next day, it looked like how ants dig up out the ground and make these little mounds.
Yeah, like
I had
anthills.
I, I had dirt hills all over the top of my sand in my tank. So apparently, some little worms were in the dirt,
Oh,
and it just almost covered the whole sand cap with dirt. So I went and scooped out a couple of scoops of fish out of my tub, and I've brought them in here, and there's nothing but platies and crabenzas. And I've put them
I'm
in
so.
there, and it looks like they've gotten rid of all the worms.
What did you add in there?
I have some platies and crabenzas fish. and I
Oh,
put them in there and let them go and hunt for the worms.
so what was in there before?
Nothing. I was
Oh,
setting it up
gotcha.
to get new fish, and
Gotcha. Sorry, didn't get
so
that. Thank you. Sorry,
I was
I'm a
just
little
waiting to
bit
get my
slow.
tank ready, and then I was gonna get some fish in it, and like I filled it up one night, and the next night it
Hey,
actually literally
GRB.
had these little craters everywhere. So
Wonder where you got those from.
yeah, I'm sure it's just because of the dirt. Because I used the same dirt in some other tanks, but it was dry when I got that, and I haven't had those issues. It was
Oh,
only because the dirt, it was like 3 inches underwater when I dug it. Same spot, and I
oh,
noticed
you
when I,
went. So you
yeah,
went outside and you dug it.
yeah, it's my inheritance tank because I got it from my family farm.
Got it.
That's all the inheritance I'm gonna get is that dirt, that fish tank. But I call it
Mm,
Terra.
No, Jen, because you're not up. I don't see you at
Yeah,
all.
she's gone.
Well, no, she says, "Are you gonna let me back up?" And I'm like,
Oh,
"I
oh, oh.
would, but I don't see her on the stream." Sorry,
Hi,
she just
GRB.
discorded me. She just discorded me saying, "Are you gonna let me back
Patty.
up?" And I'm like, "I don't see you." So give me one sec.
Computers have been funny tonight. Patty, what's your official moving day?
Bye.
And she's
Okay.
back.
Yeah, hello.
Why'd you ditch us?
Because you said I wasn't there and couldn't hear me, so I went to go out, back out, but didn't realize you had sent me two different links.
Yeah, I tried to tell you I sent you links for today and for tomorrow, but
But I was already gone.
You streaming tomorrow too?
Oh,
I
yes.
stream. We stream what
Pretty
Friday
much you stream
through
Friday,
Tuesday.
Saturday, Sunday, and I stream Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I didn't realize the one night I clicked on it was in your name. And
The
one
what?
night I clicked on it was Kevin's name. It's like, well, whatever one pops up, I'll just click in if I'm still up.
Yeah. But
I
yeah, we're supposed to be trading off Saturdays, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it.
Uh-huh.
well, I always ask you, and you always say you want me to do it and set it
Yeah,
up. So I'm like, okay. Well,
because I'm always doing last minute things up until the minute because I'm talking to you for hours usually, and I
oh,
get.
so it's my fault now, huh? You
It's got to
know,
be somebody's fault, Kev.
Usually, Jen, I'm talking to you and I'm creating the stream. So,
Yeah,
I
but
I can
that means you're right at your computer. When I'm doing other things, it's stuff in my fish tank, and then you tell me you can't hear me and I gotta stop. So it makes it harder to get my stuff done. Hi, GRB.
oh my
Is there
gosh,
ever really enough hours in a day
never. I got
to get it?
bitten alive yesterday.
What?
Oh my gosh.
And not when you got 23 fish tanks.
Well, that and you're always gone. You're never at your house.
Well, that's because I also have a life.
No, you go over to Donald's and you're
Yes, I go to Donald's house and I make money so I can buy more fish and support my habit.
You mean obsession, right?
Like I said, my habit.
Yeah, I'm up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 tanks now.
I
And
started
I
the year with 3 and I'm up to 23.
And a bowl. It's
and
actually a
again
drink.
hope you're doing
It's a
more
drink
And
dispenser.
my boyfriend just today offered to buy 2 more tanks at the very least.
well, okay, but she didn't say that she's also going to get a ton of different killifish in as well. So,
Well, yeah, I'm getting killifish eggs, so now I need tanks to raise them in.
yeah, I actually just got a bunch, or not a bunch, but I went today to the Dollar Tree and hopefully, maybe, or if they don't work Target, but I'm hoping I can breed the ones that I've got. Because I put some spawning mops in that tank, and I'm hoping when they get acclimated, I can get some fry or some eggs out of them
See,
and
you do
hatch them
all
out.
that special weird stuff. I put them in my tank and they have babies. I don't bother with the spawning mops and all that other stuff. I give them a cave and let them do their thing naturally. And I have had, what, 3 out of the 4 species breed now.
Wow. That's what
I
killifish?
I got the Fendalo Pancheck Gardner Eye Rayfields.
Yeah, you have
I
the
just
Raphaels. I have the
I just got them Thursday. She got the Australs. What were the other ones?
Australs are the only ones that haven't bred for me yet. I
Yeah, but
have
what were the other two?
the
Or
Gardneri
three?
and Suka, the
And
Gardneri and Deary, and the Gardneri Massaggi. So all of the Gardneri have bred for me. The only ones that haven't are the Officiomani Australia or Austral. And that might be because they need a spawning mop. They also don't have very many plants in there yet, so.
well then, yeah, spawning mops probably would help.
I think I ordered a killie today. Now I'm trying to look on my list and see which one would be a. Oh, the
Where?
pseudomagillies. Is that killies?
What?
Cynomolgalium.
Pseudomagil.
What is it called?
A
Cynomolgalium.
pseudomagil.
Oh no, those are different.
Those are okay. I don't know which one. I can't pronounce all these things, anyways.
Findalopanchek would be, but it would be Findalopanchek. Usually it's
What about
Find.
Poroponchax?
Uh,
One more time.
Poropanchax. Then it's a CF, and the last part is Rancurelli.
Yeah, I have no clue.
that one may be.
Because I ordered a bunch of rainbows, but I
Where
think I
from?
ordered one killifish and I got a rice fish.
Where from?
Dan's
Oh,
fish.
yeah. My only difficulty is, I just feel like I don't know. For me, I have not. I'm waiting for Jen to get her eggs, and then hopefully I'll probably either get some from her or I'll buy the eggs. But for me, it's just so hard because the shipping just kills me when I'm only buying like $30, $40 worth of fish, or even $100 worth of fish, and it's an extra $50 for shipping. And
Yeah,
Hi,
then
I spent a lot of money on fish today. So, and I'll probably have to add more tanks.
doing good today, Ian. How are you?
hope you're well, Ian.
Yeah, I got all sorts of new things to play with today. I've got a Higer electric uh, Ravelback that is new to play with. I've
Wait, you
got,
got it today?
well, no, I got it yesterday.
Okay.
Um, I ordered more cichlid caves today so that when the cribs get a little bit bigger and the killies need caves, they'll have them.
Oh, you have Achilles and Cribs in the same tank?
No, but I have all different size of caves. So the small
Ah,
caves that I have in the crib tank, I can take out and put in the larger caves and give the killies the smaller ones.
got it.
Oh, that fish that I said, that one is it's a lamp-eye killie.
I thought so.
Okay.
So I did get one of those.
The fact that it has panchecks in the back of it told me that it was probably a killie.
Yeah, unless I see it, it's hard for me to know.
But yeah, killifish are so beautiful.
I
I think they
once
are.
And it's
the problem for
Jensen.
me is I can't find places to get them
Well, you,
that are
That's
reasonably
why
priced
we
because
ordered them online and we ordered the eggs and we're waiting for them to come in from overseas. Should be the end of July.
yes, and when you hatch them or whatever, you need to send me a few when you if you have too many. If
Yeah.
you have too many.
and I got two
Otherwise you
different kinds of rice fish.
Ah,
otherwise you need to tell me whether or not they were good so that I can buy some.
right.
One or the other. But either way, you need to tell me.
Well, considering I've got well over 500 eggs on the way,
Hi,
I
Ian.
think I could hatch a few for you.
Heck, you can just send the eggs to me. But yeah, I want some Madaka rice fish too. I'd like some Madaka rice fish to put out in either a pond or probably a pond, and then some killifish.
Oh, I got one of those today too.
I want the
I just got
Fundalo
one.
Panchecks Gardneri. See, the thing that threw me off is the way you spell Fundalo Panchecks is Funlopanchax, but you said it's PH, so that's why I was confused.
Well, it's Poropanchax.
Poor Panchex.
So this is all new for me. So
Yeah, me too. I just started keeping killifish and carbunzas. And I almost bought 6 discus today. I'll be buying them
woo,
next couple of days.
that's what I would really love to have, but my water parameters are not right.
So the one thing I will say about that, Jen, which I was thinking about was, I don't know, I'd get like two in the very beginning and then slowly introduce, because you're gonna have a big buy load if you do that.
I've heard that if you add them at different times, you end up with aggression issues. So I'd rather add them all at once. And you got to understand, I'm putting them into a 180-gallon tank.
Oh,
That
yeah.
I'm taking 6 other fish out of before I put them in.
Okay, if you have other fish in there, that's a decent buy load, then yeah.
Ooh, how in the world did you get a 180-gallon tank in the house?
Very carefully.
How many people did it take?
It took 3 of us.
Whew.
Only 3?
Only 3 and a furniture dolly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need to figure out how I'm gonna move my 55, because I need to find a stand for my tank.
No, to me, the 55 was easy.
Oh,
The two
yeah.
of us. The
55s
two
are-
of us. But the 90 was hard.
Why
It
is
was
the
hard to
50?
get it up on the
Why
stand.
why
The
was the
75
55
gallons
easy?
are pretty easy.
How is the 55 easy?
Well, it don't weigh nothing compared to the 90.
Oh, okay. Did you do it by yourself, or did you move it with somebody
Me and my
else?
husband, we did it. And the night I was building stands and all, I picked up a 40 by myself and put it on top of the stand,
Oh
which the
yeah,
stand's
so
pretty high. And I thought, oh my God, if it had been one more inch, I don't think I could have done it.
Right?
Because I've been, lifting it off for a couple of days. My back was hurting. It's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah, I think you mentioned
but
that.
muscles in your arms are so weak and trembling. It's like, oh, just one more inch, please.
but once you get to a certain point, you're committed and you can't stop.
Yep.
So Ian moves a 55 by himself. Well,
Hey, J Rock.
uh, who was it? Oh,
I move 75 gallons by myself.
I've seen Joey do it on videos too. He moves big tanks by himself. But once you get them in the house, yeah, you can put it up on the stand and lift up the other end and all that. But it's getting it in
Oh,
the house that's the job.
hey, J Rock, I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh Lord, that's everybody's fear too.
Ooh, sorry.
One time my pocketbook got stolen and it was a nightmare trying to stop all this. And it was a Friday night at that, so you couldn't get up with anybody.
Pocketbook?
Yeah, when I worked at the prison, they busted into my car, busted my window out, and the pocketbook was underneath the seat.
Oh wow.
It didn't really have any money in it. It just had my credit cards and stuff, but
Oh
um,
yeah.
Put the
it
bank
was
on.
still a nightmare stopping everything, and then getting new ones and all that. So I know what it's like.
Well, Ian, I tell you what, you can come to my house and move mine for me.
Wait, it's saying you don't have a debit card?
Huh. Well, I
That's
wonder if
weird.
somebody tried to use it and it maybe kept the card after they made so many attempts.
It's entirely possible it would have locked them out.
Hopefully that's what they did. The only thing that the people did that stole mine, they made a $40 charge at a gas station right down the street, and
Yeah,
of course,
all he has to do is drive from Portland to New York. That's not all that far. Sorry,
okay.
Deborah. What did you say?
Well,
We
good luck to you, J Rock.
and good luck on that 40. Hopefully it's well sealed and it works out well for you.
Follow up with your bank as soon as you can, though.
Oh, go into the bank. Don't even just call them.
Well, I mean, he's got to try it again in the morning. Maybe he can get a call center.
Well, tomorrow's Sunday though.
Yeah, I was able to talk to someone on a phone to get my card stopped at Friday night because I didn't get home till 9 o'clock that night.
Well, yeah, they should have 24-hour numbers. So.
Yeah.
But it does make it hard to sleep until you know the bank's on it.
Sure does.
Even then, oh my gosh, my dad had that issue. We went to Paris, and he actually got his wallet stolen. He was pickpocketed, and he ran after them and tore his Achilles. He had called the bank telling them that his cards got stolen and to freeze the accounts, and of course they never did. So there were a bunch of charges that the bank paid for, but it's like, really? Why don't you just...
Use the other one as a quarantine tank or a plant tank.
Wait, what happened?
They resealed the tank, but he's too impatient to wait. So they went and picked up a new one because it's been holding up everything. It would have been another 2 days for it to be cured enough to be able to.
Oh, yeah.
And he said he's drilling them?
Yes, he drilled them for a water system.
You're way... Oh my gosh, yeah,
I'm
no,
not that brave.
I'm not... I'm not nearly that brave.
Now, I guess if I had a
I'm not.
tank that cracked or something, maybe I would use that one as a test and try to do one. But I just can't make myself do it.
Because I have, what, 5 10-gallon tanks?
Well, I wanted to learn a sump system, and so I had a 55 at the time. That was the only big tank I had, and
He said no drilling on his end.
I wouldn't do it. I went and bought me an overflow flow box.
Overflow? Yeah, but those are like $100 each. At least $50 each.
What?
The overflow boxes.
Oh, this one was close to 200.
Yeah, and I have 5 tanks that I like to
And
put them on. And there's no way.
I had made a DIY one that worked, but if the power went out, and I was not home, it wouldn't there's a possibility it wouldn't reprime.
And that's what my issue is always, that or it will clog.
I was afraid, it would cause havoc in the happy home over a fish tank. So I just bit the bullet and ordered this overflow box with the aqua lifter and everything. But it's all it is a little acrylic box that's ridiculously priced. But I don't have to worry about it. But I wish I was
Oh,
brave enough to drill though, because even these aren't fail proof.
J-Rock, did you get the flex front or the bow front?
ugh.
I originally thought I would like the flex front, but I'm not so sure anymore.
I think they're cool looking.
They are, but they make it a little difficult for cleaning the algae from the glass.
Oh, yeah, because it bends a little bit.
You really need to get or you really need to get a timer for your tanks.
Well, every tank's going to have some algae, and if the
Yeah, but I don't see.
light's
I don't
too
care.
strong, it's going to
I
make
don't care
algae.
about. I don't care about the algae all over. Just on the front of my tank.
Yeah, I have the 32-gallon flex.
I
I
looked
love
at
how
one of those the other night.
I love how they want you to get a subscription, and they say, "Oh, it's free for the first few month
30 to 90 days.
for the first month, and it's free." But it never gets. Uh, it's so hard to cancel it.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not hard to cancel. You go in the very same day that you make the subscription.
Yeah, the issue is finding how the heck to cancel it is always the issue. They don't make it easy because they don't want to make it easy.
I like the 55s the best of my tank. I only have one 55, but I like that one the best of all the tanks I have.
55?
Yeah. I've got two 40s, and I mean, you can't put but just a certain size fish in them. Where the 55 you can get by with a bigger fish, it's just not as deep. And the 90 was hard, and I can't even reach the bottom of the tank to plant stuff in it.
Yeah, that makes the 180 difficult because it's so deep. Hi,
So
Jeff.
you, you either have to drain water down
Hey,
or you have to
Jeffrey,
put a
haven't
boob
seen
in
you
the
in a
water,
while.
one to two.
Yeah, but then even then trying to. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I had canister fillers on my 55.
Yeah, the
Kept it pretty.
180. I have hang on the backs on my 75s, and I have sponge filters on all the others, except for the saltwater tank. That's got a all-in-one system.
Yeah, I'm too scared to do saltwater.
Well, I saw Jess's when she came back from Florida, and
Yeah,
it was pretty cool. The stuff that she got. It was just stuff from the beach. You know, so I guess the saying is you can make it as expensive as you want to.
Oh, yeah.
well, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could run a saltwater tank with just a sponge filter.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can, yeah, hang on the back filter, sponge filter, whatever.
So I was kind of impressed. I've been scared of it, but maybe at the end of the year I might ask Santa for another tank for that.
Yeah, I went from 75 up to 180. That's a big jump.
Ooh, a 360. Well, you can use it for a swimming pool. It's gonna work. Work and lurk.
Yeah, so do I, Jeffrey. So do I. Frodo should be back home any time now. He had to go rescue a friend that got stranded on the road.
I
Oh
take it
yeah,
Jeffrey doesn't live in New York then.
no, he does not. I forgot he's in New York though.
Yeah.
I don't think he said why, or at least I don't remember why. I know he said he was gonna be there.
Did you get your pizza?
uh,
We're gonna get some of that New York pizza.
You better
yeah,
get
that's a great
yourself
question.
a slice of New York pie while you're there.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, he's at Washington
Cheesecake.
Heights.
Cheesecake.
Oh no, I make cheesecake.
Ooh, next time I'll come over.
Oh, he's gonna drive his family back to Texas.
Oh, that's nice of you. Hopefully you still love them and want them as your family at the end of the trip. That's the biggest test of a family's love is a road trip.
That's like I told my husband. I said, you don't know a person until you've been with them for all the seasons.
Yes.
Because, you can fall in love in the spring and the summer. Then you let it get cold. Everybody's mad.
Oh
I'm,
yeah.
I'm echoing on somebody's stuff
Huh.
because I can hear myself.
Yeah, I can hear you too. Jen, it's you. If you can't hear the echo, it's you.
It's always me. It's always me.
Let's see. It's gone now. Oh, I
Was it
didn't know
you?
that. So if you're the one that don't hear the echo, then it's you.
That's generally how. No, I still hear it.
Oh, there you go. You're just driving the property back, and they're flying.
Ah. Wait, what? They're flying?
Yeah, they're flying back, and he's driving the truck with their property.
Oh, wait.
Well, J Rock wants to know if he should indulge in adult beverages while he's working on fish stuff.
Of course you can.
Makes the time go by. Depends what time it is there, but yeah. What's stopping you?
I've got Alex is up on my TV while I always have two or three
Oh, from
streams
Jay?
open at the same time. Well, it's a
Yep.
stream from January 23, 2020.
Ah.
He has short hair, short beard. It looks altogether different. He
Oh,
had, you
that
know,
was probably before he got hit by lightning.
well, no, he'd been hit, but a lot of his teeth hadn't messed up yet.
Right. Yeah, he just had that problem this past winter.
Yeah, from the lightning strike.
Yeah, and he got the tooth infection.
Yep. I'm just going to take them out one at a time. That's a talented young man.
Yes, it is.
He's an amazing
And
man.
I'm so happy that he's actually getting his mental faculties back and being able to uh, get his phrasing and his words out better now.
Yeah.
He's definitely improving a lot since the accident.
Well, Kenny Daniken gave him his Friday night slot.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh.
So he'll have a regular time frame, and Kenny said with his new job and all, it's two streams is too much right now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No, because I thought I talked to him
Fun.
on this past
What is
yesterday, and he said he was still doing it.
Well, this was his last one, I think.
Oh, got it.
because he had Rob on with him. He'll still do the Sunday, but I don't think he's doing the Fridays anymore.
Got it.
Well, good, as long as he's still doing something.
Oh yeah, Sunday's a good time for Kenny too, because everybody's refreshed and. I was just thinking, oh Lord, what day is it? And was today Saturday?
Yes.
See, I missed Fishing Fever tonight.
I lost
Oh, what?
days this week. I thought it was Sunday already, and Larry had to tell me earlier, no, today's only Saturday. I was like, oh, okay.
J Rock says he's a girl when it comes to drinks. We're gonna do some shots of butter babies. Well,
I
I
wonder
tell you
if
what,
they are.
I've seen some girls that could drink some men under the table.
What are butter babies? You gotta
I
tell
don't. I have no idea. I've heard of buttery nipples.
And that's probably what it is. Which I like those. Those are good.
Look, two mixed drinks and I'd probably be on the floor.
Oh yeah, I don't drink mixed drinks anymore.
I'm a wuss. I admit it.
I can barely do 2 glasses of wine anymore.
Yeah, see, my dad and I, if we have one glass of wine or just like half a glass of wine, our faces turn beet red and our hands get itchy, our palms get itchy.
Well, that's because you're allergic to it.
Yep. We don't have the enzyme.
Oh. Now I have to say, when I worked at a nightclub, and
Yeah,
it
you're
seemed
right.
like every time women ordered, good God, what is that? Mexican drinks. Yes, tequila. They would cry and whine about the boyfriends or husbands cheating on them. It's like, and then they cry and want you to stand there while they're crying, and it's like, oh my God, it's like, please don't order tequila. Make them cry. It makes men want to fight. It makes women want to cry. If they have bad things going on in their lives. Butterscotch schnapps. Oh, okay. It sounds good.
Yeah, I like butterscotch schnapps. Oh, and Irish cream? Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds
Yeah.
really nice.
Yeah, that's probably one of those that sneaks up on you because you don't realize it.
Yeah, definitely. But that might be nice to sit around the house in the middle of the winter doing that.
White Castle.
Oh, my ex-husband made me mad last week. He went to visit my sister-in-law, and Long John Silver's is one of my favorite fast food restaurants. And there's one in Pittsburgh. Now the closest one for me is like a 90-minute drive. And he sent me pictures on 2 separate days of him going to get Long John Silver's. And then he sends me a text telling me, you know, my sister came back with me. She's going to be at my brother's house today, and do you want to come visit? And I didn't answer him until like a couple days after he started to tell me about it.
Uh-huh.
I answered him on the day she was coming. And he says, well, you could have answered me sooner. And I says, yeah, and you could have not sent me pictures of Long John Silver's. And he just, and she just cracked up and said, see, I told you we should have brought her some.
I think the one down by us closed.
Yeah, all of them in our area closed except for the one in Batavia.
Which I don't like them. They have too much breading on it to me.
A lot of people say they don't like how greasy it can be. I like the chicken, and I like the hush puppies.
Well,
But
we only ever got fish from them.
I don't eat fish, so I never get the fish from them.
And I just wasn't impressed.
Yeah, most people say that about their fish. But I think it's funny because the Long John Silver's in Batavia is actually a KFC and Long John Silver's.
Well, that's what they're doing here. Down here, it was a Taco Bell and a Long John Silver,
Yeah.
which is smart,
Yeah. But I was surprised that they had a KFC with the Long John Silver's, considering that the Long John Silver's has chicken on the menu like that.
Yeah.
So I was surprised they partnered with somebody who specialized in chicken.
No, I will have to admit the Kentucky Fried Chicken French fries are really good.
Now, are those regular French fries or are those the seasoned fries that have all the coating and everything on them?
Well, they're seasoned somewhat.
But are they the floured ones or just seasoned?
Seasoned.
Because I hate the ones
Best
that.
I remember. It's been so long since I've had them, but I remember, like, gosh, they might have the best fry in town right now.
I hate the way they're doing it nowadays, where they're coating them in flour and seasoning.
Yeah.
It's like if I wanted a deep fried potato stick, I'd have done that. I don't like the taste of the flour.
I don't think I've ever had them that way.
It seems like all the seasoned fries around here it's potato that's dipped in a flour that's been seasoned, rather than fry French fries and put a seasoning over it.
Because I think around here, those and Bojangles are about the only ones that season their fries.
Arby's does seasoned fries.
Who?
Arby's, but those are like really cute.
Yep, you're right. You're right. We just don't go there very often. Well, for the pandemic, I have a 9-year-old that's high risk, so we had to keep her home, and so she's one of these kids that don't want to learn. And so if I walk away from the computer, she starts playing with her shoestrings or whatever, and she's almost 10 years old. So I basically had to be stuck, like within eyesight of her all the time. So during the lunch break, my husband was going every day and picking us up something from fast food, because he would bring it in about time, because some days she only had a 30-minute break and then it was time for another class. So he had to have the food coming right as she got a break, or else it'd be too late to eat it. And then she might have to wait an hour and a half to eat. And so we ate a lot of takeout this past year.
Yeah, and getting her off of eating all that takeout food is going to be monstrous for a lot of people.
Well, she don't eat anyways. She's got this sensory thing going on, and
Yeah.
and she wants to be a vegetarian, but she don't eat vegetables.
What does she think about the plant-based burgers and hot dogs and things like that?
Well, I don't fix them because we eat meat, and her mother passed when she was 5, but her mother wanted her to be a vegetarian, and so because she was one. And she says, I'm a vegetarian just like my mom. It's like, well, your mama ate vegetables.
Right?
And she used to eat vegetables, but
Yeah, I don't.
she only wants to eat about 3 foods. That's it.
Yeah. And that becomes very difficult to try to meet nutritional needs
Yeah. The
when they.
child used to love bananas. She used to love scrambled eggs with cheese and grilled cheese toast. Won't eat grilled cheese sandwich now. Don't You almost have to force her to eat egg. The only thing we can get her to really like yummy, yummy, yummy is a peanut butter sandwich. Everything
Not
else is
even
like
jelly.
no, she wants peanut butter jelly sometimes. But
Well,
that's
you
it.
you may find that she's kind of like me, where she'll go kind of in cycles with what food she wants when, so it'll continuously change.
And it has, because this peanut butter sandwich thing is kind of new since like the last 2 months or so.
Yeah, and it'll last 3, 4 months, and then it'll be on to something else.
Yep. For a long
And
time, it was
find that it
yogurt.
becomes a seasonal thing that during different seasons, she wants the same food over and over. I know for me, there's certain foods that I can't stand them for 9 months out of the year, but for 3 months out of the year, it's the best food in the world.
Yeah. Now I did make something yesterday that my mother called it goulash, and all it is eggshell noodles, ground beef with some onion and bell pepper and garlic, and tomato soup, and that's all she used to use, and but she will not eat a tomato, but she likes the soup.
Yeah,
And she picked out the meat, so she ate a couple helpings of the noodles with the tomato sauce on it and the garlic bread. Oh,
well,
and a
So
bunch of
is it a
cucumbers.
texture?
Yeah, a little bit of texture thing. But it makes it hard because, like,
Because that's my issue. That's my
you can't
issue.
just
Is I
go
don't like
anywhere and
texture,
get something to eat.
and I don't like veggies. I don't like veggies, and I don't like textures.
Oh, see, I like crunchy foods. I just like chewing up carrots and stuff. I just love to crunch them.
oh, I love that too, but unfortunately,
Nope.
I don't have teeth left to do it with.
And popcorn, I love to crunch popcorn.
I'm
Yeah, then it gets
I'm
all
actually very
texture.
fortunate that my doctors haven't restricted my sodium content. I'm actually
Wait, I thought you were
encouraged,
deficient.
exactly. So they encourage me to eat as much sodium as I want. So I'm very lucky in that because most people, when they're put on a restricted diet of some kind, sodium is the first thing they attack.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, I am so lucky. I can eat anything I want with as much salt as I want.
Yeah, not having to
But
go
you
to
don't
the
like to.
salt substitutes.
And I do use sea salt, but the doctor's been yelling at me for that and telling me, no, use the iodized table salt. And it's like, but I think sea salt tastes better,
Uh-huh. On certain foods it does, anyways.
especially pink sea salt. Oh, the pink salt on beef. Oh, that's so good. That's what makes corned beef taste like corned beef.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
It's the pink salt.
I've got some in my spice thing too. I haven't used it.
But tomorrow I am bound and determined I am going to try to make an angel food cake for the first time.
Angel, what'd you say?
I'm
I
bound,
know you've been mentioning
I'm
that.
bound and determined that tomorrow I am going to try to make an angel food cake for the
Oh,
first.
okay. From scratch.
Yes.
Okay.
And yes, Jeffrey, I love the pink Himalayan salt.
That's what I have is pink Himalayan salt. I have
That's what
not
I
used
thought
it.
it was. That's what I thought it was called. I wasn't sure.
I bake most of my cakes from scratch too.
Well, I actually haven't been baking from scratch other than cookies. Um, a friend of mine gave me a recipe for some brownies that turned out really well. And I've decided it's time to teach myself how to bake bread and how to bake cakes from scratch again.
When you learn how to
Kevin,
bake
what are you
breads, let me know.
that's making so much noise?
That's Kevin.
Sorry.
See, I
Was
blamed
that
it
me?
on. I knew he was. I knew I was right.
I
Yeah,
knew
you're
it was
doing
Kevin.
something.
I said, Kevin, what are you into?
Be like on Home Alone, Kevin. Well, I did that Christmas cookie exchange this past year on Facebook,
We used to do
Oh.
that when I was growing up.
and even though we couldn't exchange because couldn't do it, but they had so many recipes, and I must have made 40 different recipes, and
Oh, geez.
it was all from scratch, and some of them was really, really good.
Oh yeah, I love to make thumbprint cookies. I love to make. I've got a spritz cookie maker now. Um, I love sugar cookies.
My husband had to go buy me another freezer
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
you have to start so early, because when you're making that many, because I've made 40, I want to say 40 some, plus the cakes I made. And what we did, I started baking them and then freezing them so I could divvy them up for Christmas presents.
right.
But this year, I'm only going to bake like 6. And if we like them, then I'll know what they taste like. And then I'm just going to leave them like balled up and freeze them and then do all my baking like in 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Instead
Oh,
of
yeah.
instead of
Smart.
baking it and then pack, because it takes a lot more room up in the freezer to pack up baked cookies.
Yes, because you
So
got to be careful about how you place them so they don't crush it. And
yeah,
But you have to get the freezer space to be able to put them flat down to freeze them so that then you can put it into a bag.
well, what I do, I use a my kitchen freezer, which is one of those pull out bottom drawers, and I can just put the whole pan down there like a pan at a time and let them flash freeze, and then put them in a container and put a layer of wax paper and just keep doing it till I get the batch done.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I tell you what, I didn't think it would be as good, but once you took them out after Christmas and all and ate them, you couldn't tell they were
hi,
frozen.
Peggy girl.
As long as you bake them after you freeze them and then you bake them, you're fine.
No, some of them I baked and then froze, and some
Oh.
I froze and then baked. I couldn't tell the difference. It could have just been the type of cookie I had,
Could
but
have also just been the length of time too. Some of them over longer lengths of time might be affected more than others. Like I know cooked cookies don't last as well as frozen cookie dough.
Yep.
well, I didn't start baking until after Thanksgiving. I
Right,
think
so
I started on the Friday after Thanksgiving, so they weren't in there a month.
right, so they didn't have any time to absorb freezer odors or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And what I did, they had these not Tupperware, but Rubbermaid containers. Like it,
Mm-hmm.
they were like 2 for $5 with little green lids or red lids, and
Yep.
and I used them to freeze stuff in, and then I also like I set out all my cookies, and then I mixed up some for this family, and I just gave them the containers, so I didn't even have to store the containers.
Oh yeah.
I said I have to buy all new ones this year, but I'm gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, and those containers are so inexpensive lately. You can get them at a good deal year round usually.
Yeah, and they stack up nice because at first I was putting them in Ziploc bags and they fall over, and
Yeah, they'd slide around on top of each other. Yeah, oh yeah.
it may take up a little bit more space, but it sure made it nice. And plus, you can put your sticker on the side, you know which cookies are what. And yeah, but it was fun. I really enjoyed it. Of
Yeah,
course, my husband and daughter, they enjoyed it too. Because they're like, hey, you gonna try the new recipe tonight?
Right? I like going to my daughter's house. We bake like 3 different kinds at once.
Well, I had to do it all by myself since we couldn't mingle.
Well, we each have a KitchenAid mixer.
Uh-huh.
So we can mix up a double batch, and one of us can bake it off while the other one's mixing, and then we'll trade off. And because we're family, of course, we trust each other to wear the mask and be safe. And
oh yeah. Yeah, the only family they're still an hour away, but they were the house that I could go to. And lo and behold, both of them came down with COVID right in November.
Yeah, no, I'm immunocompromised, and she's got a small child in the house.
Uh-huh.
So we were both very very aware of the necessary precautions being observed.
Well, my cousin, she smokes and has COPD and all that. So when she got it, I was really, really afraid for her.
Oh yes, that's very scary.
And she was the least sick because all 3 people in the house got it. Well, everybody in their house got it, but she was the least sick of all of them. However, she keeps getting pneumonia. She can't seem to get past it.
Problem for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's having trouble rebounding from it.
Yep. So even though she didn't take a hard hit initially and was not as sick as the other 2, she's having more long-term effects. Of course, smoking a couple packs of cigarettes a day isn't helping her, but.
Oh, I know. I'm in the process of trying to quit. I used to smoke a pack or 2 a day, and I'm down to anywhere from 3 to 7 a day.
Well, I'll tell you what, if my daddy could do it, anybody could do it. He smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and one day he just decided, I'm not smoking anymore. And we were like, yeah, right, that's going to last about 35 minutes. And he never picked up another cigarette. And we're all like, we'd walk around him and sniff to see if we could smell cigarettes like next time we were around him, because it's like, there's no way he can do it, because, he smoked so many cigarettes for 50 some years. But he just said he had enough. And that was it. He gave the last pack he had. I think he smoked 1 cigarette out of it and gave the rest of the pack away.
Yeah, I'm almost at that point. I'm really close to being able to do that.
Which I can't say no because I know it's hard. I can't even stop drinking soft drinks. If I do, it doesn't last long. I fall off the wagon.
I quit smoking for about a month and a half, and then I had a death in the family, and I just went back to smoking. Not as much as I used to, but just a couple of cigarettes here and there. But I haven't been able to not smoke since then.
Yeah. Well, that's me. If I can quit the soft drinks and then say you go somewhere and you just have a soft drink. Well, when I get home later that day, I might have another one. And then pretty soon I'm drinking them just like I used to.
Now, see,
And
I
I've quit them so many times.
drinks.
Well, I stay awake using the caffeine.
Now, see, I drink Cheetah for the caffeine.
And well, when I was working at the prison, we had to get up at 3:30. Had to be to work at 5:30. Didn't get off until 6 o'clock the next day. And there was no AC, so if it was in the summertime, it was so hot and all that garb on, and then if you had to stay over, you were 16 hours plus the 2 hours of driving, and so you would just keep getting caffeine, 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 caffeine out the drink boxes,
Oh, yeah.
you know, because you can't go for so long. You can only beat a dead horse, so you know. So
Yeah,
I learned to depend on it.
I drink tea pretty much from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. I'm trying to kind of wean myself off of that recently and drink more water. But I also used to put all sorts of sugar in it.
Uh-huh.
I'm a diabetic, so one day I just said, you know what? I'm not using sugar anymore. And I stopped. And my family didn't know that I had quit drinking or using sugar because I hadn't talked to them in a while.
Uh-huh.
And I went to a birthday party with my sister, and she went to pass me the sugar, and I says, I don't need that. And she says, what do you mean? I says, I don't need that. I don't drink sugar anymore or use sugar anymore. And she says, when did that happen? Who are you and what did you do with my sister?
Yeah, I'm a sugar baby.
I used to go through a pound of sugar at least every other day.
So am I.
I wish I wasn't,
I'm
but I am.
yeah.
I must confess.
Now I'm trying to
I
get
like this.
around to using eating
Me,
fruit.
for me, Dee Dee, it's the sugar. It's not so much the caffeine. I'm okay without the caffeine. See, if I have too much and I'm in the car, I get a headache. So I can't really have too much caffeine. But I
Well,
like
for
the
me,
sugar.
there is never enough.
What, sugar or caffeine?
Either one. And like so
I'm that
many
way with
times I'd
sugar.
be working on an outdoor project, and it's like I would get tired. It's like so I would open another soft drink, and I could get through that project for another hour or so, and that's just a cycle. That's all it
Yep.
is.
But no, I'm with you. For me, it's the soda. I like my soft drinks.
Now,
Plus, yeah,
do you just drink tea plain? You don't put anything in it?
yeah,
I don't know if I could do that.
I'll put lemon juice in it, but usually just plain. Every once in a while, honey, like in the middle of the winter, if I have a sore throat,
Hmm.
or in the spring when I'm trying to get rid of allergies, I'll put a teaspoon of honey. The this year's natural,
Local honey, right?
unpasteurized local honey.
Local honey?
Yes, and unprocessed,
Okay,
unpasteurized.
yeah, because
The kind
Because
you get from the man down the street.
well, no, because if you get the local honey, it has all of the
allergens.
from your area.
It has
Uh-huh.
minute amounts of allergens
Oh,
in it.
okay.
And
And so it helps build up your immune system.
yeah, you build up
Yeah.
an immunity to the allergen that's irritating you before it becomes a real problem.
So that's what you're
And
saying,
it's
buying
very
from the little
gradual.
guy down the street that has his own beehives.
Pretty
Is that
much.
okay?
And it
We go to our
and it needs to
we
be
go to a local
one's
market
close by.
that has buys from a local farm.
Well, we have a gentleman. He's probably not even quite a mile from us. He has his own bee farm.
Yeah, now see here in New
Yeah, one
York,
of my friends does. I need to get
it's
some
not
from
common to have
her.
somebody who has their own bee farm. So it's more you have to go to a place that has those type of specialty things, like
Uh-huh.
coming in from the Quaker farms and things like that, that are
Oh, okay.
brought to uh, the local, what do they call 'em? Farmers markets.
Yeah, so we have farmers markets by the dozens here.
No, we don't have them that I think we've got 3 here in the city, and other than that, you have to drive 45 minutes or more.
So we also have a lot of people that like back their truck up and sell their collars or whatever fresh
Oh
from the
yeah.
back of their trucks. Lots of it.
Now,
Seafood.
small farms in the area that about a half an hour away that you can, drive up and down the country roads, and they have their own little small farms for things like peaches, strawberries, apples, plums, and other like garden vegetables.
But they do it right here, right in the city. Yeah, it's nothing. You won't go that far that you won't see somebody with a truck backed up. In fact, I usually get my winter collards. I go and just buy a couple of the green garbage bags full, and I cook them all up at the same day, and look like a witch out there with this giant pot because I cook them outside because the pot's so big.
Yeah.
I put it on a burner, and it looks like a little oar that I stir it with. So I call it my witch's pot.
I was gonna say, are you out there with the witch's brew?
Yeah, yeah. Well, if the shoe fits, you have to wear it. Everybody runs by and they laugh and I wave, as it does look kind of strange to be out on your front porch with stirring your witch's pot.
Well, there's also people who make maple syrup in those big vats like that.
Uh huh.
And here in New York, that's something that you see more often than that kind of stuff. We have maple syrup and wine and apple orchards.
I haven't made wine in a long time. Just kind of ran out of. Well, I don't drink it anymore, so it's like, well, it's not one of those things. I always say I'm gonna make some more, and then just the season comes and goes, and it's like, oh darn, I forgot to get strawberries. I like strawberry wine,
Yeah.
and just forget, and it's like, okay, once they're not fresh, it's not the same. But you say you make cheesecake?
Oh yes.
That's something I've got to learn. That's my husband's favorite.
Oh, it's so easy.
Well, I haven't ever tried it other than I do it sous vide. I can do it that way, as I tried that. And because somebody gave me one of those sous vide things you use to cook with.
Oh, I'd love to try to use one of those
Oh
and learn
man, it
those.
makes some good mashed potatoes because you can go ahead and put all your seasonings and stuff in the bag, seal it, and then when you pull it out, all you got to do is kind of knead it, and the butter and everything works up inside the potatoes, and just open it up. It's sort of like an instant. You just
Oh,
put it on and let it cook. You don't have to worry about stirring or nothing.
right.
Now for the little I made my cheesecakes in little teeny mason jars, the little short ones,
Yep.
and it's like, oh my gosh, how's this seal not going to let water in and all that till it gets certain temperature, but it don't somehow. I don't know how, but it doesn't. But they're cute, but you put them in there and just don't worry about it, and if it shuts off on its own, you just come back and get them. But steak is so good in that too.
I was gonna say I want to try meats done in it because I've heard it makes very tender, fantastic meat.
We've had that in pork chops. And yes, you can almost, well, all you really have to do is just barely pull on it and it just tears apart.
Yeah, that's the kind of meat I like.
You know. Well, and I like the fact that you can kind of bag up everything the night before. Like if you're having company, and then you can just put it on and it'll cook itself, you know.
Oh yeah, I
'Cause you,
imagine that could be a big time saver.
yeah, because you know you season it and everything before you even cook. So
And you don't have to be going in and turning and flipping and doing
uh,
all that. You can go and talk to your company while it's cooking.
absolutely, and check it on your phone, you know, because it runs through your app on the phone, so you can see how many more minutes and all that.
Great. Hi, Larry.
Is the photo guy back in
Hmm.
business?
Yep. Photo is back in town. Hey, Larry. Jay Watts says he's in New York, and you need to bring him some of that medical stuff.
I didn't see we had aquarium nerd in here.
Jeffrey Watts.
That's my other account.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got all these little sneaky accounts too?
I have 3 accounts.
I can't keep up with one of them.
But everybody knows which ones are which. Um, my other account is the Backwards Fish Room. And my name, Jen C.
All right, now which one are you on tonight? I didn't.
I appear,
HSIF more.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
logged
okay.
in this I have more, but I appear as the Backwards Fish Room because I do everything due to the HSIF more. I was gonna do the Backwards Fish Room, but then everybody said no, they like the HSIF more because that's what HSIF more is. Fish
Uh-huh.
spelled backwards.
Yeah.
And they liked it, so I left it that way. But I've been keeping it open because I'm thinking about just using it as my own personal video file storage. So that, when I do my little shorts, I can record it to that, do my editing, and then post it on the other one.
Okay. So I guess if I had a second one, if I was feeling witchy sometimes, I could go as that person. Be like Sybil.
Yeah.
Whichever way I pop up, you know, look out or I'm going to be nice. But
But
I try to be nice.
and that was another reason that I created the. Originally, I was under my own name, and it was like, well, wait a minute. I don't really want everybody knowing my name.
Uh-huh.
So then I decided, okay, come up with something else, and it just went from there. But
Well,
yeah,
I did the same thing. I came out with my own name because your account was in that. And then all of a sudden I started going on live streams. Well, it wasn't a problem before, you know, because nobody knew my account. Well, then everybody was seeing my name. It's like, well, gosh, you know, you may not want everybody to see your name. So that's when I dropped my last name and I just added Dee Dee, and I eventually will kill Deborah, and it'll just be Dee Dee.
yeah. Well, mom and dad are on a tear.
Uh-oh.
Mom just told him what for.
Well, I can't. I'm sitting over here with my phone on the charger on a stool because I've run out of juice on my phone.
And that was a yes, ma'am. I'll take another way, ma'am.
Well, my first set of carbenzas, and they were in the community tank, and He killed his first mate.
Oh.
He rammed her like a T-bone side hit,
Oh, yeah. Yep.
and when he hit her, you can see little scales fly off of her.
Oh my
And
goodness.
he hit her right like where your rib cage would be if it was a human.
Yeah,
And
right.
like the next day she was dead.
Yeah,
Even,
probably got her
even
right in the swim bladder.
yeah, even though she swam off and all that, she started hiding. Then I found her dead. Well, when I got another female, it's like, okay, we'll see if he's, how he's going to be. Well, it was love at first sight. But in the meantime, when I didn't have a cabensis in there, he took up with my, I've got one of those powder blue colored gouramis.
Oh yes.
He took up with her, and it was like that was his new girlfriend. And before I had one of those other little gouramis in there that was beating up her all the time and chasing her. Well, when that other fish would come towards the little blue one, he would run the other one off away from her. And it was like he was her personal bodyguard. So when the new female crib came in the picture, of course, he took up with the new female crib. And then when they had little babies, of course, they were attacking my big dojos and everything. But he never would attack the blue gourami. He would kind of like swim her out of the way.
Aha.
Everybody else he would try to kill. But he just had this thing for that little blue gourami.
Yes, that was its buddy.
Yeah, and
Jeffrey.
it's a girl, so I don't know. I know they couldn't breed or anything, but apparently, the color caught his eye. But she is a really pretty fish, I have to say that.
Yeah, we have a pearl gourami that we really like.
Hey, kids.
Hey.
I made it. Can I stream now?
I was gonna end it.
Did you see what Jeffrey said to you, Larry?
The Girl Scout cookies, yeah.
No, that's not really what he was asking for.
I'm sure it's not. I'm sure it's a code word.
Well, that's the only
Medical stuff.
I ain't got that shit. What?
You used to.
No, I still have a very little bit in the pen, which I don't know where it is. There it is. This little disposable, and it's almost empty, and you ain't getting none. Sorry. You want the thing that needs that you want the munchies. Stuff that makes you want the munchies, huh?
Yeah.
No, sorry.
They're so mean.
Jen is the only one I share that stuff with.
So selfish.
Yes, I know. Diddy, where'd you go? I'm sorry, dude. They're gonna confiscate it when you get back on the plane anyway, so.
Yeah,
it wasn't my fault.
Okay, two things. One, he's not getting on the plane. His family is. He's not. He's driving. And two, can he use it before that happens?
I suppose.
Or is that not physically possible for whatever reason?
Oh, her phone died. I'm sorry, I just missed you. Damn. So I apologize for being so late. Just as I got home, I got out of work early from downtown Buffalo. Just as I get home, my friend calls me, assumes that I was just getting out of work and her car had broken down. She was waiting for AAA. Downtown Buffalo. And because of COVID, they won't take her and her boyfriend in the truck when she got to tow. So I had to go down, get her and the boyfriend, and drive them home.
Lucky you.
Nice to know she's having a good time in downtown Buffalo while she's out on medical leave.
Oh.
Well, she's able to drive around. She just can't work.
Oh, she's the one? Oh,
Yeah.
I do. Okay.
Normally I work 6 nights a
I
week,
know.
and she works 1. Well, she's on medical leave for the last couple of months, and it looks like she's going to be out for another month. So I'm working generally 7 days a week.
Yep.
Hey, Jay. Hey, JRB. Hi, Jeffrey. I'm sorry. Who else is here?
37 move, 40 stand
Shangy
in
Girl,
place,
hello.
40 on top. Substrate going. Ooh, yay.
Making good progress.
Atkins,
Awesome,
hello. Patty, if you're still on, hello.
Miss you tonight, Larry.
Merdul, if you're on. Thank you, Kevin.
He went to
I miss
sleep
you guys.
The material had to leave early.
So where in New York are you? Oh, those fish always seem mad. Those krebs are like...
They're parents of newborn babies. Yes, they're mad.
Okay, not sure why you say it like that. Like they're supposed to be mad because...
They're protective. Oh, yeah, get down in the New York City area. That's an 8-hour drive for us. You weren't
Look,
getting any...
Oh, wow.
These fish are
Believe
only,
me, you'll find them a lot quicker than I'd be able to get them. Those smokes.
these fish are only 9 days old. At 9 days old, you have brought home newborn babies. Now, these cribs have more than one newborn baby. They have 50 or more of them. And they're trying to keep them safe and keep them fed and keep them out of trouble. So, yes, they are mad
Not
because
mad, protective, and
they are not getting any rest.
Well,
And the
whose fault is that?
children are not being cooperative.
Well, whose fault is that?
Just the way children are.
No, whose fault
It's
is it for
Jen's
having
fault.
them in the first place?
It's Jen's fault. And partially mine. I'm the one who drove her to get him.
It's not
Thank
either
you.
one of our faults. They would have been having babies regardless if they were in another tank or mine.
All right, Jeffrey. Sorry, we're in opposite sides of the state. Trust me. Go to almost any street corner. You're gonna be finding somebody who's selling it.
And I'll be right back.
Oh, good. She's gone. We could talk about her. I like that, Jennifer. She's nice. So, Kevin, how have you been? I haven't talked to you in a couple of days.
Yeah, I haven't.
I saw you last night, but we really didn't talk.
No, we did not.
So, how you been? How you doing?
Up in Tahoe, pretty good. Hot.
Are you home now, or are you still there?
We're leaving tomorrow. Came yesterday, leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, it's hot all over. It's like 80 degrees here. It's 75 right now.
Okay, sure, but why is it that my room's the only one that's hot, and the other 3 rooms
Try turning
are
on the
not?
AC.
We don't have AC in the house.
Well, that's why your room's hot.
Yeah, but why aren't the other 3 rooms?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on. It's just weird and it's annoying. But I told Jen I've been going down a bunch of rabbit holes, which is not good. But hey. That's how I've been spending my time.
Okay. Do you have anything to do in Tahoe? You guys seem to go there a lot. Do you own a house there, or?
We have a place up here, and we've been going up. We enjoy coming up here, although today we didn't do a ton. We were just coming up and then basically coming up and then going back down. They did do a little bit of fishing today, but for me, I just wasn't. I didn't want to go.
Dee Dee thinks her room is warm because the doors are closed. You're not getting the airflow. It's restricted.
Yeah, I would agree, except my door wasn't shut today. I left it open. I don't know what's going on. And I had 3 fans in there.
Ugh. Hey, I'm your fan.
I think you're warm because you're having too much sugar and your digestion is making you flush.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, that would be the case, except my dad and my mother and my brother came into my room and said the same thing.
Well, that's because you're putting off a lot of body heat.
You know, Jeffrey, actually, you're not too far from Patty.
Oh.
So ask her to get some stuff for you. She's probably got connections.
Oh, I know she does.
Yeah, so that's a tank where she just put the new rainbow crabs in.
Yes. If I can get that to look at the right space.
And you're going to have to raise it a hair. There you go. It also has the flower shrimp in there, which are really cool.
And what is a wood cat, rock cat?
You're a stone cat?
Oh, stone cat, yeah.
Our little hitchhiker.
But yeah, these are the cribs from Jess.
There's one on the left.
And they'll come out again in a few minutes.
You got one on the left that's out.
Yeah, there was a couple of them there just a minute ago, so it'll be back. There's one on the right next to the wood coming out, 2 on the right next to the wood.
Okay.
J-Rock, just in curiosity, why don't you put them in like a 5-gallon bucket?
Yeah, it is a long trip. New York is large. People don't realize how large New York is.
You never know, Jeffrey, until you ask. Just because Patty's a chicken.
Yeah, well, she keeps on saying she's gonna come up, she's gonna do some streams when she gets her own, she moves into the other place, but I don't understand how that's supposed to help.
I don't know.
Oh, Larry, you can answer the question. Which size rack did I get?
Which size
Rack
for that you're using there in the living room, or?
Yes. Kevin, repost the link, says Deborah. Dee Dee?
It's not pinned?
No, because you put a different pin up.
That's a good question. Let me see.
Should not.
Yeah, I understand, J-Rock.
Oh.
Oh.
Have you tried looking for different colored nets? Maybe there's a specific color they won't stress out as much with.
And she's back.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
Okay, Jeffrey, we'll wait for you. Okay, well, we'll be here when you get back.
Oh, I'm back now. I got 6%. I'm working with some power.
No, but Jeffrey Watts said he'd be right back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait for him. And then I had to correct myself and say, well, we'll be here when you get back, because we're not going to just sit here and do nothing until he comes back.
Yeah, man, we're all important. We got stuff to do.
You see that flower shrimp right on the top, or the bamboo shrimp, as they also call them? It looks red right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch. His front feelers look like flower petals. He doesn't have little pinchers. He's got petal claws.
Ah.
There we go. I just posted the link to these shells. I believe
Yeah,
that's what you got.
I have some of those. They are so cool to watch.
Oh yeah, I love to watch them. I also love to watch the snails I have now. I got new snails today. I got blue mystery snails.
Blue?
Yes.
Yep. I had golden mystery snails already, and I saw some blue ones at my local fish store, so I got them. And there's another crib in the front right hand of the tank. That's one of the new ones from Jess.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
I have the just the regular golden colored mystery snails.
Yeah, I have them too.
Yeah, we have the golden, and we just got the blues. They're a
Which
light blue.
I had two, and out of all the clutch of eggs, I managed to get one mystery snail to survive
Wow.
because the dojos ate them. And
Oh.
well, I got one. It's about halfway
Dojos.
grown now, I guess, but the mama died. So I don't know if this was a male or a female. So I may have to go find me some more snails.
Yeah, I'm looking for when my local fish store gets axolotls again.
Yeah, and I
Every
want to
few months they get them.
I want to order some more cherry red neocaradinas and blue dream caridinas. And assassin snails.
We were this close to getting discus today. This close.
Yeah,
But we left the credit. We left the debit card we were going to use for it at home.
Debit card.
Yeah. It's like,
Maybe one day I can have some if I can figure out how to do this water. I have
that and there's
super hard water.
oh
Well, actually, it's soft, even though it's hard when you feel it, but it's soft when you test it.
yeah, that and for a saltwater we really want to get a starfish. A couple different types that we've seen, but it turns out they get to over a foot in diameter. It's like, holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize are a little too big for the 32-gallon.
Yeah.
We don't have a big enough saltwater tank yet.
Well, when I got this 50, because I came from 10 gallons, I got a 55. I thought, oh, I can have any fish I want now. I can get everything. But you can't.
No. Oh, we saw some Oscars that were like 8-9 inches big. I mean, they were massive. It's like, wow, those get bigger than I thought they did.
And our fish store also has two gigantically huge fish. One is a common pleco. It's about 3 feet long. And another is a red-tailed catfish that's about 3.5 feet, 4 feet long.
Yeah.
No, the common pleca is only about 2 feet, maybe 2.5.
No, he's at least up to my chest, from my feet to my chest.
Ooh.
The cat or the pleco?
The pleco, and the catfish is up to my shoulders.
In your house?
No, at the fish store.
Oh.
They made something that took up an entire wall, a tank that takes up the entire wall, just one huge tank for these two fish.
Wow.
And you always see them laying on top of each other.
They always love one little corner. Oh.
I thought I was Breaking Bad. I ordered me one of those red whipped catfish.
Yep.
Whip tails. They're just little bitty things.
Well, we got one of the first sets of plants that we got from the fish store. Well, all of a sudden we see a small catfish in our tank, and we realized that it had somehow hitchhiked on the plants that we bought, and we're like, oh man, it's going to get huge. Nah, it hasn't gone even 2 inches in 2 years. It's a stone cat, and they don't get bigger than this.
Oh, okay.
It was like less than an inch when we got it, and it's maybe 2 inches now at full grown. So we just call him the hitchhiker.
That's cute.
We got lucky.
Yeah, it's like if it had been like a common or something, it's like, oh.
It took us this long to identify it. I immediately called the fish store and told them, hey, I bought a piece of wood with plants on it, and there appears to be a fish in the bag with it. And they said, oh, yeah, that happens. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay, well, I got a free fish, but I'm thinking to myself, could you tell me what it is? And it's taken me this long to find them in the store again to say, that's what we have, and that's what they call it. And yep, that's exactly what it looked like when it came in the tank.
Yeah, she was able to figure it out from pictures of looking at different catfish. I mean, so many different species. And when it turned out that it was a stone cat and they don't get big, we were like, oh, thank goodness. It's a cute little thing, but it hides most of the time.
Yeah, it comes out sometimes. I see it more often than you do because
You're there, yeah.
when I look at the tank when the tanks are off and I can see in there and see him when it's right up in front.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna go for about 5 more minutes, and then I am gonna head to bed.
Okay.
But
well, I'm glad I was finally able to get up on stream with you guys.
I think I'm gonna come up. I think I'm gonna go for another 5 minutes or so.
Okay.
Good.
Why don't you make it 10 and it'll make the quarter hour?
Okay. So any
So the
more
clock
fish
is
you're
ticking.
gonna? Any more fish you're gonna get, Deborah?
Well, I got a bunch on order today. I can't pronounce any of their names, so.
Okay.
other than the little whip fish. Let me see if there's another one I might can pronounce.
Wait, you got some whiptail catfish?
She put them out. She ordered them.
Oh,
Danny
I
and
thought
them
they
was
got
trying to
big.
help me pronounce them.
I thought they get big.
Huh?
Did the
I thought the
whiptails get big?
whiptails get big.
I don't think so. I think it's like 4 inches is what I thought I saw and read.
Okay.
I sure hope that's the truth.
Well, it depends on. We might be thinking of a completely different whiptail.
Did you watch Dan's fish a couple weeks ago when he was giving one away?
No, I
Yeah,
No.
missed that.
it is about
It was
4.
yeah,
Four
that's
and
the
a
same
half.
kind.
Okay.
I was trying to win him, but I got the
Definitely
Wapoga.
cheaper. Definitely cheaper that way.
Yep, especially the shipping. The Wapoga red laser rainbow fish,
I don't like how much it is to
and I
get
got one of those
fish
Suda
shipped.
McGill.
Oh,
We decided that was a killie. The Medaka
Okay.
rice fish, and I just got one of most everything that I got. And then I got some Woraes, Woworae.
No worries. Yep.
And I did get 3 of those because they were little, I guess. And then the Cambogi Creek Melotonea,
ooh, cool.
an African blue diamond tetra,
Okay.
Nice.
two
Wait,
shiners,
wait. The African blue tetra. How many did you get of those?
one.
Oh,
As a African blue diamond tetra,
okay.
Yeah.
a Millennium rainbow,
Nice.
another one of those Melotonia, the Frederiki Canines,
Okay.
Mm.
a dwarf Kamaka rainbow fish,
Wow.
Nice.
Celebris rainbow.
You got all these
Celebus.
today, or these are what you've had?
These are coming to me.
Oh wow.
Hey,
And
Larry.
then that
What
poor panic checks or whatever we determined was what killifish.
Yes.
Yep.
One of those. And then another Melotonea hopgood river fish.
Cool.
Another
Wow.
Melotonea Cali Timbuni fish.
How many tanks you got for these?
I got 3.
Okay.
A Melotonea parva, and then the little red whiptail catfish.
How big are the tanks?
Pardon?
How big are the tanks? I thought they weren't that big.
Well, I got a 90 and 2 40s and a
Okay.
55.
Okay.
Well,
Okay,
actually,
yeah, that's big.
I got 3. I'll probably put them in, but I could rearrange the 4th one.
Hey, Jess, those are your fish on the screen.
Hey, Jess.
But you
Yeah.
pay so much for shipping, you go ahead and get what you think you might need. So
Yeah.
and then I should have enough to satisfy the rainbow fish itch.
See, the issue
And I
for
got 2
me.
of those, right, Larry?
2.
Of those stands?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
See,
you
the
have in
issue.
your living room.
See, the issue for me, Dee Dee, is I like breeding fish, and rainbow fish are really slow growers.
Hmm. Well, since I got one of kinds, I'm not worried about that now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and he
Oh,
also
yes.
he wants a quick turnover. That's the thing.
That's
So
how
he
you make
wants
your
Wait,
money.
to grow fast.
no. Well,
well, if you can make money, it's okay.
I just want to be able to. I'm too impatient if it takes too long and they don't produce any color either. They're really slow growers and they don't show the color until later on.
Until they're much
It takes
more of an
takes
adult.
quite a while, and so
Yeah.
I'd rather
That makes sense.
Talk to Daddy. No,
So
not
I'm
to me.
hoping not to have to buy any more fish for a year or so. So I
Yeah,
don't
we
have
Which
to
of
need
my
to
do
do that
babies is
now.
bothering you?
any more quarantines or nothing.
Misty,
Yeah.
my little girl.
Yep. You're not
Uh,
so little.
oh, she's my little baby.
Is that a
Yeah.
cat?
Yes. Yeah, we have
What?
two cats that are 1 week apart in age,
No, not to me, to Daddy.
and they're girls. And then we have there's a 3 years old, and then we have a 2 year old boy.
Rex.
Yeah, Rax.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have some feral kittens coming around.
Uh,
One of them is gray and white, and it's really pretty. And the other one is like an orange tabby, but its daddy is a bobtail cat.
Ah,
oh,
It looks just like the daddy.
we've had a black and white stray cat on our porch the last couple of nights.
The owls probably go get them though.
Stop.
uh,
We have a bunch of owls in the backyard.
You
oh
can't be a
boy.
little baby and be that way. My last
Yes, I
night,
can, Mom.
my night's not that big. You grew.
I have pictures of both of these two little uh, girl cats, kittens, at like 8 or 9 weeks old, and they're 1 week apart. But they're basically both in her hands. Now, if one is on the lap and the other one, if the black one's on trying to sleep on her lap, and the gray one is like, no, 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 it's my time, she will lay on the black one until the black one gets up and moves away.
Of course.
And then go, there you go. Now it's my lap.
My little brother would say, well, he would ignore me till I just got out of the way. He let him have it. So,
I
so Jess is up late nights too?
Oh, she
She
don't
comes
know.
doesn't sleep
in a little
much.
bit.
She comes on, says hello, and then goes to her, starts doing her water changes and ignores us.
Oh,
Has us on in the background.
Or
oh.
whatever else she has to
Right.
do. Right? She does multitask a lot.
Oh, she does. The first the first times I saw her stream, maybe the first 5 times. One time I never saw her face hardly because she was busy out there getting fish bag ready for bagging up the sale.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just
And
see her back.
of course we were
It's
ragging on her about only seeing her butt. We
you
didn't know
see
what
the
her
back
face
of her
looked like.
head and her backside. That's it.
Yeah, because that girl's always on the job now.
Yes, she is.
Yes, Jess, and we're happy for that. Good to see you. Good that you're up and hanging out.
Yeah, I did my water changes last night.
Okay, how long is Be Right Back?
I don't know.
Depends what you're doing.
Depends on what you're doing. Your be right back can last different time frames. It always seems to be as soon as I decide to do something else, that's when you come back.
Yep.
And when they say I'll be back in a minute, that minute is actually 10 or 15. It's never actually 1.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
used to have to ask my one friend, is this my time or your time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 10 minutes to some people is like 2 hours. Or I'll
Yeah.
be there in a minute. That means, 5 o'clock this
I'll
afternoon.
be there when I remember that I forgot to get back to you.
That's like first time I was on Terry's stream with him. He says, I got to go upstairs, use the bathroom, whatever, and get a new beer. And he says, keep them entertaining. And it's like, and then he just leaves. And it's like, what do you do? You know,
Yeah.
and I just talked stupid stuff the whole time, you know. Of course,
Oh,
he came back laughing. He said, "Girl, you did it." But I said, "Well, I guess working all those years at the prison, I learned how to BS with the best of them."
right.
Probably didn't make any sense, but it kept. He don't like dead air.
Well, I
Oh,
hate
yeah.
trying to make small talk.
Yeah. So and sometimes I can't see the chat if I just have my phone. I can't see the chat. A lot of times I cut myself out of the show. I don't know what I hit, but I do it all the time.
Hopefully
Oh,
it'll
she
work.
got angel eggs.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time it'll work out.
What kind of angels?
And when we had angels and they had eggs, up the
The
intake
avatars, I
hole.
want to say, not the avatars, but it's the
Um,
other one. Awesome.
and the next morning, all the eggs were gone. All the eggs had been eaten. We're not sure which of the fishies in the tank ate the eggs, but
Somebody had full bellies.
yeah. And we had no eggs.
Apparently, somebody was fat and happy.
Yep.
They are the blue platinums. Okay.
Blue platinums.
Yeah, that'll happen.
I'm partial to blue fish. To me, they're just
Well,
pretty.
I am
so.
too. They're my favorite. Any
Yeah, I
any
like
blue
blue.
fish. Blue and
I think
purple.
I think that's why I like bettas so much because you can usually find blue and purple and the violet colors.
Right.
Oh, we saw some beautiful ones today. Some beautiful males. But we decided now we're not going to get any for right now.
Those mustard gases, they're beautiful.
We had a mustard gas.
Yeah.
Or have. I don't know. Is Dijon still with us?
Nope.
For some reason, all of a sudden, in the last few weeks, we have our bettas in like 3.5 gallon separate tanks. Like 3 of them just up and died within a week or 2 of each other. We don't know why.
I want
Well,
to say
you see,
two
I
or 3
started
days.
fish tanking. I got to 55 at the end of January when the Petco sale was on.
Okay.
And
$1 a gallon.
yeah, and in February, I had 4 different tanks of fish. I lost 95% of my fish.
Oh, God.
So it wasn't out of one tank, it was out of 4. And
Wow.
I cried and cried and cried. Every time a scoop went out, I cried some more. It's like, what did I do? What did I do? So I have no idea what it had to be. My hands, something on my nets, or something.
It could have been your water system got flushed when you set up the tanks, and something would have been in the water when you set it up.
Well, 3 of them was old. We'd had 10 gallons for a couple of years.
Did you
I
do
could,
water changes before the deaths?
I can't remember now. I can't. I can't even begin to remember. But my big tank was only like a month old, and I can understand. Maybe something happened there with the cycle, but that wouldn't affect the other 3 tanks. But
Well, I think I'm going to end it. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you, Kevin, for having it.
12:20, so thank you all. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. And we'll see you tomorrow.
all righty.
Not if we see you first and hide.
Well, have a good night, and thanks for letting me come up.
Dee Dee, good seeing you.
You too.
Hi, Jenny Lynn. We're all.
Oh,
leaving.
The male bidder.
Hey,
Thank
Jenny
you
Lynn.
for the like.
Thanks for
Jenny
being
Lynn's
there.
here. We got to go.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, it's
Have a good
Jenny
night,
Lynn. No, we
everyone.
gotta go then.
Well,
Yeah.
that's my namesake, you know.
Have a good night, everyone.
It's Kevin's fault,
Good night.
Jenny Lynn.